This is a song my dad dedicated to my mom.
So here it is from the start of the show. Bring out the horns, cause you know I gotta go. Yes, baby, I love to spit it right. This is more than being righteous. I do it every night. I do more than just try to go to romance. I'll take you to France if given a chance. I am the type to light them candles. Baby girl, I like to suck your toes in the sandals. I will just fluff up the sheets. Hold heavy and rock the beat. Just nibble on your body, cause you are my hottie. Don't you understand? I let loose like a shotty. Kinda grab, protect you like a body. I am your man and I always crush your body.
See what you see is what you get.
What's going on, everybody? Eric Taylor, Taylored2u Coaching, T2UC, Big 3 Astrology. It's the Knowledge is Love podcast, episode 16. And I told you, I'm starting my interviews this week. I've got a special guest. She will be joining us shortly. Tonight, I'm introducing Allana Taylor, business and branding coach for Taylored2u Coaching. Okay. Hey, everybody, people coming in live. How you doing? So I have started doing business birth charts, astrological birth charts for your business. You need to know the time that you started your business, your first sale, your LLC, whatever. It's a game changer. Go read for Photosapien, a young photographer named Ashley Anderson, who started her business in Maine. She did a testimonial video on my website, Taylored2ucoaching.com, right? And it's amazing. The birth chart's amazing. It was so fantastic because I break down every aspect of your business and give you insight for sales, marketing, mission statement, employees, coworkers, pitfalls, enemies, haters, right? I got the mini hater birth chart, all this insight and information. Oh, by the way, hope everybody had a great Father's Day. I'm wearing my Naruto anime Father's Day t-shirt, all that good stuff. Let me get ready to bring in my guest because she was a part of making my Father's Day amazing. And, I just want you guys to understand, starting this new aspect of the business is a joy. And really, it's just the right thing to do, a natural progression. And that's how I want to introduce to you guys my guest tonight, the brilliant and amazing Allana Taylor.
I bet you say that to all your wives, right?
And how are you this evening?
I am well. Thank you. I am so excited because I think this has been a really long time in the making.
Well, definitely it is. And, just so you know, on the Knowledge of Love podcast, I always have my isms. And the name of the podcast is Knowledge of Love because, like that song, Our Love Still Grows. And we could get to that story in a little bit, introducing the show. I always feel that if you love someone, you keep them in the know. You never have them assuming, guessing, or believing because they can do, and any of us can do those things wrong. If you love someone, you keep them in the know. And with that being said, I want people to know how to boost their business and develop amazing branding, great labels, great logos, graphic design, how to start. And this is mainly for new businesses. And if someone has a relaunch or something, we can talk about that. But that's why I got this person, Allana Taylor. And I want to ask you first off, Allana, some of your experience with a small business, but really, I know you have a business degree, but can you tell us a little bit just even about your education? I know you did some marketing and branding in college. Let our audience know.
Well, yes, I do have a degree. I have a bachelor's of business or organizational management. I have a minor in human resources of all things, project management certification, different things like that. I started out forever ago, going to art school. So I have some art school background, just all sorts of different things. But I would say realistically, if I had to be really super honest, my education has been the school of hard knocks. Just living it, rolling with the punches of life and keeping yourself going. One thing I will always say is that my jobs have always been customer focused, and how do I present to customers in ways that are engaging, in ways that get them excited about whatever it is that you are presenting to them, and keep them happy and coming back, that sort of thing. So the branding aspect kind of incorporates the early art work and art stuff. And that being said, my mother is an artist. I think I do come by it naturally to have that kind of visual. Then I'm kind of what they call bougie. I really like things to look a particular way and to be done a particular way. So I am really big on what is it that you're presenting to people, because if I am going to ask anybody to spend money with me, I feel like they deserve to have something that is of quality. And that's my whole purpose in trying to brand and trying to do that. And then you bring in all the messaging and stuff like that. So yeah, I've worked for telecommunication companies. I've worked for educational companies. I've worked in IT. I've worked in, oh my goodness, medical equipment sales. What do you call it? The ultrasound.
You also have a lot of experience in property management and real estate, correct?
Management and real estate. I have done real estate in San Francisco and New York City, in the mountains of Colorado, in some very exclusive areas. I used to manage the couture salon at Saks Fifth Avenue. So the couture salon is like the top of the top. And I worked with some of the wealthiest people, not only in the San Francisco area, but oftentimes in the world. And so I was trained to design and to bring a look to people. And I used to be really proud of the fact that I was the only merchandise manager who was actually allowed to do floor sets in the couture salon, because I got the check off and the approval of my visual department, which is no small feat when you're in San Francisco and you're working with some really fabulous people, you know. So
right, and then also real estate in Scottsdale, Arizona as well.
Scottsdale, Arizona is
a lot of versatility there. And you know, I think one thing, I mean, you know, I'm not going to reveal it and show it to people, but just to give you guys a little insight, kind of bringing it back to my wheelhouse, that the one thing I like, right, when I'm working with different people, one thing that is really fascinating is that when I see your astrological birth chart, I can see your actual sort of gifts and talents that God has given someone, you know, that kind of can lead them to the direction of their career, their dreams, all these different things, right? So for those of you, you know, and most people watching my page know astrology, especially all my YouTube fans, but there's some people who go on Facebook and just, you know, maybe some of Allana friends who don't really know astrology. What's fascinating is that, you know, separate from like a business birth chart, from your astrological birth chart, right? It's sort of, it's the map of your life, and it will show and tells a story of your gifts and skills and talents. So just to give you a little insight, which is kind of ironic for me, because not only is Allana Taylor my wife, but I can see her business acumen in the birth chart, okay? So in terms of the marketing and branding, Allana is a Pisces sun in the 11th house. And Pisces are very creative and spiritual and intuitive. And so what makes people different, right? Like, you know, if you look at like these magazines and everybody's like, oh, well, that doesn't describe me. And, oh, my cousin's a Pisces and she's nothing like me and this and that. Well, it's because in astrology, you have 12 houses. So each house tells a different story. So Allana's Pisces sun could be different from someone else's Pisces sun born, you know, the same year, same day, but at a different time. Their sun could be in the 5th house, the 4th, the 3rd, the 10th. Right. So with Allana's Pisces sun in the 11th house, it makes her a very talented public speaker, very connected to the collective and caring about humanity. right? She also has her Mercury in Pisces, where for astrology aficionados, that's considered to be Mercury is at home in Gemini and Virgo. So in Pisces, it's what they call debilitated. So it's not the greatest place. But what happens is it makes you kind of a little intuitive and psychic. So there'll be times where Allana might not verbalize what she's thinking clearly, but she intuitively has a deep inner knowing. And what's brilliant for logos, for graphics, for branding your products and business, she literally can tap in to the spiritual realm and get downloads from God to give her insight on how to brand something, and just like come like a bolt of lightning, get an idea of like it should be this color and that color and then this background. And so that is the Mercury. Mercury represents your communication, how you learn, how you write, right? How you logically and critically think, and also your self-effort skills and how you dispense language. So that's just a little
on what you were just saying, because, you know, yes, he is my husband. I hear this kind of stuff all the time, but listening to it now, I'm listening like it's all brand new, and not being interrupted by 3 kids kind of helps it too. But what he said is, I really believe, and one of the approaches that I take with people is to be very intuitive about what you're feeling. I encourage people, when you are getting ready to brand anything, how does it make you feel? What are you thinking about? What are you passionate about? And that's part of that that approach that he's talking about when he talked about the fact that I get these intuitive instincts and feelings or downloads or whatever you want to call it, from God, from the universe, from, you know, however you want to say it. I do get those things. And what I do is I talk to people about, you need to feel and be passionate about it. Like, we have some new things going on, and I'm actually starting a whole new venture. And my mother brought me this painting over here. Well, God, I'm so bad at these things. This painting right here. I painted this when I was 19. It was one of my early things when I was going to art school. And it was a very emotional painting for me because it kind of deals with who I am. And when she brought it, it opened up a whole feeling, and it is now evolving into an entire business. But this is something that I encourage people to do when you're getting ready to start a business, is really sit with yourself, be still, meditate, clear your head, and then make way for what is going to come to you, because you will receive these downloads if you are quiet. Okay.
And that's what's so great. Prayer, meditation, even, you know, you could do yoga, stretching, just walking, and you can, you know, get things. And I want to say hello to the guests. I see Taria and Melissa and a couple of people on. Thank you guys for joining and stuff. So,
yeah.
So you can see the comments as well, Courtney. Okay, so good.
I want to let you know.
Huh?
I wanted to let you know I can see the comments coming in, so it's really
awesome. Okay.
Yeah, Melissa is thank you, Melissa. So Melissa is working with me as I'm developing what is going to be some of my coaching materials and things, and we're helping her launch. And I don't want to get into what you're doing unless you want me to share about it, Melissa. You let me know in the comments if you want to talk about that. We can get specific on it. So,
well, I wanted to also get back to one thing that I've noticed as watching you grow and soar as a businesswoman. One thing that's amazing. So like if you wanted to, you know, and we're going to set things up and we'll get into the whole story. This is the introduction. She'll be kind of presenting things on Taylored2uCoaching.com. Got a new tab, business and branding. So she will, you know, in the next month or so, release all her details with services and all that. So you guys stay tuned for that. But what's brilliant is that I can see how, not only how she works, her dedication, but where her intuitive sensibility comes through, because what I help people with is sort of not just like cheerleading them, but having them see the best aspects of themselves and start to have positive self-talk, start to recognize their own gifts and talents. Because just so you guys know, and I'm not like blowing smoke up anybody's butt who's watching or anybody who watches this on the replay, we all have gifts and talents that God has given us that make us so complex and so unique. And sometimes we're just unaware of them.
Here's the thing too, and let me just play off that. And your gifts and your talents, you are going to be better served in life if you try and go with the flow of what has been innately put within you. So often we have that thing about like a square peg being put in a round hole. Let's not do that anymore. Like, it's funny. I'm going to be honest with you. This stuff that
was so 2019.
That was so 2019. What I'm going through right now is really having me face a lot of different things and totally unrelated to business, but it's bringing up emotions from when I was a kid. And it's really wild. And so Eric and I were talking just yesterday, and he's like, babe, you got to write a letter to that little girl who was hurt. And so I'm going to
Which is what I teach my clients in my program.
And so I'm going to be sitting down and doing that. And yes, it's going to help me in just who I am. But I absolutely believe that in helping me with who I am, it's going to also help me with my business. So it's going to be this double thing. The business is bringing up some of these emotions. Addressing them and moving through it is going to help me be a better human, but also help me be a better businesswoman.
Are you saying a double entendre?
Oh my God. Okay, so I live with these isms for the last 13 years.
And double entendres.
Yeah. So
well, I'm a MC, I'm a lyricist, so I love, and I'm a talented writer as well, and I could say that confidently. I've had plays and film scripts produced and stuff like that. But I like to write. I don't like to just write in metaphor. You know what I mean? I like similes, allegories, all different things. But double entendres, I find them to be exquisite when placed properly and used, with the right punch and emphasis, whether it's poetry, rhymes, in a story, but it just plays out in our lives. And so we reference it in the house a lot. It's a private joke that we're sharing with you guys. But I want to get back to a couple of things, right? So
he needs to know this. So if you need to know something, ask me a question or Eric a question. We'll make sure we answer you. That's it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You guys can chime in with your questions. Please definitely do that. But in terms of, what I want to also get into is that.
Am I saying that right? Lady Mensa?
Yes, Lady Mensa. I'm working with Lady Mensa now. Hi, Lady Mensa. So, and that's what's so great. Lady Mensa, I'm doing a birth chart and a business birth chart. And I mean, she's, I'm not going to give out her business, but she's so on point with her business because you can see it in her birth chart. I'm seeing her natural gifts and talents in her astrological natal birth chart. And then when I get to her business birth chart, I'll be able to guide her through pitfalls, through the growth of her business, through every aspect so that she can continue to flourish. And she's already on point and doing a great job. But this is, a perfect example. And I did the same thing with Photo Sapien, a photographer, Ashley Anderson. But I wanted to say with Allana, what's fascinating too, you guys. So just so you know, the midheaven can be in your 9th, 10th, or 11th house. I do Western tropical astrology, and I use the whole sign system, which is more ancient, more modern Western. A lot of people like to use the Placidus system, but it can throw off your chart. For example, Allana's a Taurus rising. So that automatically means in the whole sign system, her 12th house is Aries. In her second house, right, think of a 12-house zodiac wheel, right? If the first house is Taurus, then number 2, the second house, is going to be Gemini, right? So when it goes all the way around to Aries at 12, all right, 360 degrees. But what I wanted to explain is that the midheaven, which is a point where you can see someone's career, their legacy, sort of their workplace, work environment, right? A lot of energy, fame, but not like, oh, I'm going to be famous. I'm Angelina Jolie. Fame in sense of like how people recognize you and notice you in the world. It's the top of your chart, the zenith. A lot of people, when you look at the whole sign system, can have their chart, the midheaven in the 10th house, which is the house of career, the top of the chart, ruled by sort of Capricorn and Saturn. But it also can be in the 9th and the 11th. I happen to have mine in the 11th. Allana happens to has hers in the 9th house in Capricorn. So that tells another fascinating story in terms of her business prowess and just this stuff, because she has in her 9th house, and I'm going to explain this, and Allana, listen, because I'm talking about you, right? She has her midheaven in Capricorn in the 9th house. She has Mars exalted in Capricorn in her 9th house and her North Node. So what this means is, for her sort of career, legacy, fame, workplace, work environment, how she's recognized in the world, the 9th house flavors your beliefs, your philosophies, your higher learning, your wisdom, your luck, your fortune, where you shoot your arrows, where you have blessings, where you can do publishing, where it kind of also indicates your father's teachings, right? So what's fascinating with that being Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign, and it's about work hard, then play hard. It's about achievement, the zenith, climbing the chart, the GOAT, status, right? So with her Mars there, Mars is the ruler of Aries and Scorpio, but it's exalted in Capricorn, meaning it's at its highest point, right? Because it's a warrior, a soldier, a fighter. So this means Allana, part of her inner belief and philosophy and just inner knowing and wisdom is to excel and achieve and reach her goals in her career. Means she's a boss BI. Okay. But I just wanted to explain that. And then one other aspect, let me explain this and get this out. And then I'm going to let you, kind of talk on this if you feel what I'm saying works for you and that you've noticed this in yourself. Her North Node being a Capricorn means either in a past life, whether you guys believe in a past life or not, I'm not saying you have to, right? Or the first 30 years of your life, she had come in, God had instilled in her these gifts and talents of Cancer, South Node, 3rd house. So that meant in her local community that she was very much a Cancer, about safety, security. She was kind of intuitive. She's the mother to everyone, nurturing, caring, intuitive. Cancer the crab moves sideways. It's kind of like got to kind of like study you and peep you and realize like, okay, you're cool, then I can trust you. But it's really this divine mother. So she's got that mastered, which is why my wife, I always say, could have opened up a restaurant. She is the most amazing chef. God sent me the gift from the heavens, because I could eat her food in 3 lifetimes from now. Okay. She's a great chef and a great cook. But then now, guess what? After 30, more between 42 and 48, which she's in that range, it's time for her to leave. I don't want her to leave the kitchen, but she's got to leave.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a bad, disrespectful way. She's just, but I mean it in the sense that she has to merge the energies, go more 70-30, right? And she starts to move towards this Capricorn North Node, business, status, achieving, right? So this is the energy that she has. It's more foreign to her, but she's been heading there for a while now, which is why she's been building this up to become a great businesswoman, a great business mind, and a great business marketing and branding coach. And voila, there's Allana.
Oh, well. Yeah. So
it's in the chart. You know what I mean? I can't make this up. That's what I want you guys to understand.
It's interesting because growing up, I was always the one who, if I was around, the parents were okay with what the kids were going to do because they knew that Allana wouldn't let it go too sideways. Sometimes I don't know if they should have trusted me quite that much, but I did make sure that nobody got hurt and everybody got home. I will say that. So that was that mothering in me. And I definitely, with 4 boys, have learned how to be a mom. And sometimes I'm bossy. Well, I'm bossy a lot, but I can't help it. When you're raising 4 boys, it kind of becomes
be tough.
it spills out into everything. But I'm trying. What I'm also trying to do, and the amazing Taria is here watching, is I'm trying to get detail oriented, which is what I need to do, because I can be out up here just thinking, and I daydream. And what I realize is that and I've done this my whole life. I'm regularly checked out of what's happening, like right here, and having to learn to get back and to pull.
And that's the Pisces sun, you guys, and also
it's amazing because
a little glimpse. She's got her moon in the 8th house too. So for the astrology folks that know, so Allana is often in the spiritual realm. But I think when it comes to business, it's perfect because it makes her super intuitive. And she actually, and I'm trying to get her to understand that God's already given her the gifts and talents. She just has to manifest, accept it, receive it, and walk in it, right? And that's something that I try to work with my clients on, whether I'm doing their birth chart, whether it's, my relationship coaching program. And, and I try to do this as her husband, not just to build her up and lift her up, but always to speak truth. I'm a truth speaker. I don't lie to anyone, not to my wife.
I don't like it all the time.
Huh?
Sometimes I don't like it all the time. You tell me too much truth at times.
Right. No, but that's unfortunately how God made me, right? As a Scorpio ascendant, a Virgo sun in the 11th house. And what's great that we're married. And one time, well, maybe I'll have her back on and just do a whole chart breakdown of our marriage, because it's so scary. Like, we were destined to meet, our whole story. But then when you look at our birth charts, it is all divine providence. It's all God. And when you see it in a birth chart, you're like, whoa, it's like eerie, right? So we're opposites. She's the Taurus rising. I'm a Scorpio rising. But we're both sort of humanitarians because we have our sun in the 11th house. You know what I mean? So we definitely are visionaries. Think about the future. Think about how we can better the collective. We're both talented public speakers. We can go in and out of friends groups, social networks, organizations. The sun in the 11th house is actually a natural politician. So you know what I mean? And, I could have been president, still can, you never know. We'll see. 2028, watch out. But I want to say this, though. What's fascinating is that I see how her Pisces sun, how she, you'd be like, hey, babe. So what's so great? She's got that mother hearing that she can block out the children and sometimes even her husband. And she'll be focused on.
Any wives or girlfriends know sometimes you have to block them out. It's real. Love them, but.
Right. But she can do it in a deeper level than most. I've never had another wife, but I've had girlfriends. And trust me, it's a different level, the way she can do it. Because like when I say, and I know a lot of Pisces women have this ability, I'm not saying that the men don't, they do, but like she can really tap in. It's like to the collective, to the, and one thing is that like, it means she also feels, right? So she gets upset when people don't recycle, when people hurt the environment. She'll get upset when people are, not nice to children in Turkey.
Or believe that you're supposed to do the right thing just because you're supposed to do the right thing.
Right. And that's the thing.
We do it. Period.
No, she really cares about doing the right thing, even if no one's watching. And that is the type of business woman you want.
Hey, Jessica.
And branding. Hi, Jessica. And branding coach you want. You know what I mean? So I think one thing that we're going to work out and offer is a whole package where you can get your business birth chart done. And then from there, toggle over to get business and branding coaching, So if you want to start a business, right? What's so great about astrology, and I'd even get into this, her 10th house is Aquarius, where she has Venus and she has Jupiter. So having Jupiter represents a husband for the ladies. So it literally is saying that she could have a husband who is into like astrology, the future, technology, even aliens, talking about that type of stuff for his career. And who did she marry? This brilliant, and that's what it says when you have Jupiter in Aquarius, you can have a very brilliant, innovative, futuristic, visionary husband.
So just
imagine that.
I wanted to hit on it because I've got Melissa
Okay.
and she's a client of Quench Natural, which is a business that I've had for a little while now. And she's been using our products and whatnot. And we kind of began talking because she's so amazing. Thank you for being here, Melissa.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
And so at any rate, she's a client of ours. She and I began talking because she was showing up to my lives, and we actually began talking real time. And right now, she is expecting, she's going to become a grandmother for the first time.
Congratulations.
Her daughter is expecting twins. And what's really amazing about it is that
she can call us for advice anytime.
Yeah, these are miracle babies. They were hard to get here, and they are on their way. And Melissa is so excited, as is her daughter, obviously the whole family. And we just started talking, and I'm not 100 on how the whole start a business thing came. I'm sure it was probably me, because I'm always thinking like, oh, what could you do? What could you do? And we began talking about the fact that she's expecting twins, but she is expecting mixed sex twins. So she is having a girl and a boy.
Wow.
Which is super amazing, because her daughter gets to have both a boy and a girl all at once. And it's totally exciting. And being that this may be the only pregnancy that her daughter has, this is giving her everything all at one time. And it's totally amazing. And Melissa,
stop there. Take our advice. Stop.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Because let me tell you, going from 2 to 3 is a conversation. 2 to 4 is a state of shock. Eric and I live it every single day, and we're still in it now.
And we love them.
We got to talking about creating a clothing line for mixed sex twins, because you're seeing more and more now twins are becoming so much more prevalent.
Yes.
And in looking into this, we realized that there really wasn't this in the market. So she's going to come in and fill this niche, and she is creating a line, and she and I have been bouncing different things. But what she's also doing, which I am so blessed to have you, Melissa, is that she's allowing me to bounce ideas and so forth. Because since I've been dealing with the public, Quench Natural is almost 5 years old, and I've always been into branding and creating a look and colors and what does it all mean? How does it all play? I had a very short-lived store that was absolutely gorgeous, and people were in like, wow, like people were blown away at the look of it. But
well, let them know. Some of my audience doesn't know. It's organic and vegan body and skincare, head to toe, amazing, and you can say anything else you want to say about it, but and that's literally her Venus, Aquarius in the 10th house and the midheaven in Capricorn.
I think it's part of my ideals, because so anyways, I make organic body care. I make deodorants and toothpaste and healing balms and all sorts of wonderful things that are all without chemicals. And why do I make them without chemicals? Because chemicals are making people sick. And it kind of irritates me and pisses me off that these big businesses are putting this stuff in products that they're selling to us, and they know that it's making us sick, but they're putting it in there because it makes the product cheaper, more shelf-stable, on and on and on. And so that's kind of the way that this whole little venture that myself and my business partner created were like all these different products to help people be healthier and to have healthier skin and to feel better and everything else. But at any rate, that's when he talks about, what did you say it was in
your 10th house, Venus and Jupiter and Aquarius literally break down doing like organic products for women, especially Venus in the 10th house too.
Okay, so that's the
it's bringing beauty, and with it being in Aquarius, Venus in Aquarius is like kind of like loving the world and treating everyone like a friend. You know what I mean? Like it's very much, and then the Jupiter is like the philosophy of health. The philosophy, because Jupiter is not just a husband.
Something was kind of like my energy to want to help the world or to.
Yeah. Well, and see, that's the thing, because Aquarius is the ruler of the 11th house where your sun is. So it ties in. But then the Venus and Jupiter in Aquarius, Jupiter, you guys, is also biology and finance. So biology is what she uses, plant-based products.
Yeah, everything.
Venus is women, right? And it's love, but it's pleasure, beauty. And it's with Aquarius, it's like bringing beauty, cosmetic products that are organic and vegan, the Aquarius. So it's, I mean, it's so insane. Her chart is, this is what I'm saying. So sometimes you'll see things in the birth chart that are extremely literal. And I got to tell you guys, and I just, you know, for anyone watching, you hit me up at Taylored2u Coaching at gmail.com. But every human being should get a birth chart done. Whether you choose me or someone else, you want to get a knowledgeable astrologer, and you want to get this information for your children, for yourself, because you really, it shows you the whole complexity and just the myriad of every little nook and cranny of your whole life. It's the map of your life.
But
and wait, and trust me, these big Fortune 500 companies, these big businesses, they use professional astrologers for their marketing, for their business. Everything is intentional. There are no accidents, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
Well, one thing that I find really interesting is having Eric as my husband and talking to me about the energies and different things. He's like, yeah, babe, you know, this is going on for you and blah, blah, blah. And so it allows me, even when I'm running into those days and sometimes week periods of time where things are just chaotic. And as we already talked about, I'm kind of up in the sky half the time and I need to like get grounded at times. So when those states of instability come on, I really feel it. And he'll say, hey, you know, you're going to be going through this. Make sure to ride the wave. Kind of, you know, he reassures me and makes me go, okay, the world is not falling apart. I need to try and do this. Which, thank you. Lisa said she's proud of us. Thank you. Anyways, so that's something. But going back to the business stuff and so forth, you help me because I'm setting up a new business right now. And you helped me even when it came time to file my business license and so forth. You know, because everybody should want to work in alignment with the energies of the world around them, because
the entire universe, yeah.
Some sort of belief in this, because or else you wouldn't be on Eric's page, because this is what he does. But you know, the same way that the tides in the ocean respond to the moon, we all have these different things, and if we work along with that energy, we're going to see more success, because things are going to be easier, even if that ease is just the lack of stress. You know what I mean? And so,
and guess what? God controls all the planets, not just Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just so you know, I just want everyone to know. So whether you're a Muslim, Jewish, Christian, we're Christian, you know what I mean? I want you to know God controls it all.
Absolutely.
Capiche?
Awesome.
Well, I mean, but some of my clients on here, you know, and even my amazing cousin, and, you know, she'll tell you, I blew her mind, you know, and I did her chart. And so the thing is, you know, what I want people to understand is that you don't need to walk around kind of like blind and naked. When you get this insight and information for yourself, for your children, you get how your moon, which is it's like your breath, your soul, your emotions, right? How you emotionally and mentally react, right? Absolutely. So you get to understand like, oh, this is why I kind of think or view things like this. Your Mercury, this is how I can see when children have learning disabilities. I've helped parents and explain to them, well, maybe your child needs to learn more in isolation in private, and maybe with headphones and playing music. Different things like that, you know? it's
said, the Lord our God is the Lord is one. And actually, you know, it's funny, when I met Eric, he was a special needs teacher, and he's just always had this heart to try and help those who were struggling and so forth. But going back to the business aspects of things, is that marrying of the energies and the marrying of the practical things. You know what I mean? Because you want to be able to choose something that resonates with you and you're passionate about, because when you're doing that, you can create in a really effective way. You get spoken to, God speaks to you, and you can put out something that will be well received. But you also have to have that fine tuning and that ability to really convey your message concisely, to bring the look into things, to do all of that as well. It's absolutely critical. The astrology.
Can you show us some of your like designs and branding and logos and stuff?
Say what?
Can you show us some of your designs and logos and some of the beautiful things you created?
Yes. So, you know, as I mentioned, I make organic body care, and I've been doing that for a while. So
the best stuff, man. And men, let me tell you, men, you need to hydrate your skin and stuff. I'm 50 looking like 42. My face and my skin is creamy like butter, baby. Tribe Called Quest. It's like butter, baby. It's like butter.
So, yeah, one of the things, like, so Quench Naturel, this is our logo. You know, when I talk to people about logos, by the way, I like to personally have things that are very identifiable, something that people can easily remember. So the Q, for example, to me is very clean. It's rememberable. I don't like mixing a lot of elements in my logos, because people's brains are going to pick up one thing much more easily, which, think about like the arches of McDonald's, the Nike swoosh, it's one thing. Even the creamy like buzz, right? Taria just said creamy like butter. Anyway, that's the way our brains work when you're designing stuff. And so when I work with people, I try and go to what is that really concise thing that you can visually give people that will set you apart. I also love to work with color. I'm trying to see here. You can kind of see here. I've got the teal. That wait. Can you wait?
Yeah, no, we can see it. Just put it up a little bit. Hold it up a little higher.
I got the teal, the green, the purple, and all of these colors have their meanings. And the people who get to know our line, they go, "Oh yeah, so your hair products are teal, and are purple, and your body products are teal, and anything."
She created and came up with all of these concepts, and it's just, I was blown away. You know what I mean? And especially not just her being my wife, also knowing that it was limited funds, very small business.
I tell people, if you can make a dollar holler and a penny scream, honey, you are doing something right. Now, I definitely don't want to always be making a dollar holler and a penny scream.
No.
You want to live in abundance. And the reality is, another thing that's been happening with me is just I'm shaking off these emotions of struggle. We weren't put here to struggle. We were put here to live in abundance and tap into it. And so what we need to do is we're paying attention to the things around us, is begin living up here. When we always focus and talk about it and whatever and live down here, that's where we're going to be, and that's what we're going to attract, and that's how that's going to be.
Well, you need to be on your high vibration, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, that's what's also so important, because you can get this insight through astrology and numerology, but I think also it's a mind shift, right? And when I work with people, I let them know, it is no longer your job. You retire today from negative self-talk, and you have to condition yourself and make it habitual, right? Repetition is the key to ownership of positive self-talk. You have got to love yourself, because the world out there is a jungle, and you need to build yourself up, right? And put on your Christ armor and be the number one cheerleader. Somebody made a comment to me. I'm going to just say this real quick. Somebody made a comment to me one time, and they said, "Why do you love your own post on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And I said, why would I not? I created something. I worked my butt off. I worked hard. Of course, I'm going to salute and be proud of myself and love myself. Because even if no one else, and even when I was younger, I did this. I remember in my teens, I used to always, every year, because I've been working since I was 14, I would buy myself at least one birthday present, because then I knew no matter what anybody else got me, I had one gift that I loved that I bought myself. So always treat yourself and love yourself. Then you're more prepared and ready to love anyone else, spouse, children.
In relation to this, and this is for the ladies, I don't know how a lot of you were raised, but I know for me, I was raised to be very humble, very, kind of put other people first. And that's good to a certain sense. But when you are putting yourself so far second that you're letting people walk on you, you have to get out of that mindset. And that's something that I have been really trying to work on. And it's crazy because I'm 48 years old and I am learning things and changing things in my life. And they were messages that were instilled in me from the time I was a little girl. And my grandmother was a huge influence. And a lot of these messages come from her. And she was the best person ever. But you know what she didn't teach? She didn't teach us, as Taria just said, to be our own biggest cheerleader, because she was raised to be very humble because of her upbringing of coming up through the Depression and being basically an unwanted child, being bounced around. She had to learn humility in order to survive. And she put that in me. Okay, she survived. And I'm so thankful because she's why I'm here, or part of why I'm here. But we have to also be able to, as women, to take on our power, to do it with pride, but still temper it with humility. So going back with the branding, and I keep kind of bringing it back to that because I'm so excited about what Eric and I are doing, because for me, this is almost a full circle moment, because I have always wanted to do something on a bigger scale with my husband. And so this is giving us an opportunity. His skills are amazing. He does what he does, but it's funny. I can't hold half of what he tells me. I believe it, and he reminds me of it, and I walk in and whatever. But like, I'm like, babe, what am I? What rising am I? What is this? What's that?
Only thing she remembers is she's a Pisces, and that's because everybody knows their sun sign.
And I'm a Taurus rising, right?
Yeah.
Me, I know that. I mean, it takes me a little bit of time, so I love listening to this stuff. But he's got that side of it. In terms of the business stuff and in terms of the branding and the way things look and whatever, that's where I really shine. And I love to be able to help people in that. When we started branching out in our line, I wanted to create a facial line, but I knew that this line was going to be a bit more special. I knew that this line was going to be more expensive. So I incorporated in the matte silver, and I got it a new Q24, which played on the Quench Q. 24 hours a day was a 24. But I mean, these are ways that you can, as you're working with a branding person, to help you brand and build with intention, because that's the key. Is anything you do with business, you want to have it be intentional. At a certain point, we were working with an organic farm, and Eric, what degree is her sun sign? You know what? That's right.
I don't have it up, but I actually just happened to remember it by heart because that's how my brain works. Well, it's actually
give it to me.
So it's really deep, right? Because it's 7 degrees, and that is sort of a Neptunian energy. So it kind of really speaks to how she's really in and out of the physical and spiritual realm, but that she's very spiritual. She's taught me truly, you guys, Ephesians, agape, Christ-like love. And she's taken me to a new level of understanding how to love another human being unconditionally. And I'm indebted to her, forever, for the rest of my life. And I've seen it through how my wife takes care of my mother, who is a survivor of breast and brain cancer. October will be 17 years, God willing. I've been taking care of her. She has severe dementia, and my wife has come in. We got married in 2008. And then, as the years have gone on, she stepped in higher and higher. but literally probably since 2011-ish, when we moved out here, and in general, she has like taking the lead, like then some. Plus I got sick for 7 years of valley fever. And so my wife, that 7 degrees speaks to really her divinity in terms of like her true spirituality, creativity, imagination, and agape Christ-like love. So that sun, when I tell you she cares about humanity and the collective, like this woman will let a giraffe like almost kiss her, and she's feeding a giraffe. Like she can stop the car when she sees little quail. She's like, oh my God, look at the little quail. Da, da, da. I'm a New Yorker and I'm like a Virgo, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, it's a friggin', yeah. And I love animals, don't get me wrong, but not like this woman. She's got a love for all living species and things and nature that it's beautiful. And I respect it. And I've learned so much from her. And I think that Neptune, that 7 degrees for the sun, it really, and I won't even get into her numerology because it's really amazing too, and speaks to her business stuff as well. But that 7 degrees really is great in terms of how she's super creative and intuitive.
Thank you, love. I appreciate that.
We are going to have to wrap this up soon because we do have children that have to go to summer school and camp.
Yes, but so just playing off what he just said, and thank you. I mean, he's fabulous and amazing too, and you guys have been following him and listening to him, so I don't even need to tell you. But well,
some of the people here know you, and they don't know me so well.
Yes. But I love the idea of being able to bridge what we do, because doing this for a while, I've had so many women who they want to know, well, how do you do it? How did you do it? Did you need a lot of money? Did you, this, that, or the next? How did you come up with this idea? How did you, whatever? And I have always enjoyed giving pointers and tips to women who are wanting to do things. Now, I'll talk to a man too. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely will. I love that too. But there's something in my spirit about wanting to help other women who want to become entrepreneurs and are wanting to do it in this way. I love being able to help them take those steps, refine their look, because I'm really big on, if you want people to come to you and spend money with you, you have to give them something of value. Obviously, these products, it's what's inside that's really a big deal too, but it has to.
That goes back to the knowledge is love, and giving them not just like the look, but like you said, the quality, right? Like for me, when I work with people, my cup will runneth over for you, right? Whether it's for relationship coaching, working with married couples, working with divorcees, working with individuals, increasing your self-love to help you find your potential soulmate, or just through the birth chart, I'm going to give you more than most people, because I want you, right? It's not about giving you fish. I want you to learn how to fish and catch them for yourself. And that's what comes from both of us having our son she's 7 degrees and I'm 17 degrees in the 11th house. And, and that's really the Taylor way. Okay. Because the Taylors are about class, but we're about uplifting and cheering on others. There's no, hateration over here. Allana and I give more love out to people than most people I've ever met in my life. And I say that humbly, but honestly, you know what I mean? I cheer people on, and people, that have been on here they'll tell you.
I believe like this: if I give out love, I'm going to get love back. I don't want hate. So, what I mean? Like and I'm having to learn, and I'm going through some challenges that are really pushing me to go, okay, what are you doing? Like the other day we were having a facial, which I feel so blessed to do. And
shout out Debbie.
About something that literally stopped mid-sentence, just shut my mouth and change the subject. And it was the most freeing moment. And I was so thankful. I do want to say this. Okay, Caramel Love, thank you. Thank you for loving my hair. I appreciate that. And
Caramel Love. And she's got great hair products too, but
Yes, you know what? I just reformulated this Moroccan mermaid, which is amazing. There's God, I have a real hard time on these feeds being able. I'm semi-dyslexic, believe it or not, and so left and right is hard enough for me. But then you put it in a mirror, and I'm just lost.
Well, she's also left-handed, and it's a right-handed world. And
so I'm left-handed. I'm holding this in my left hand, but to me right now, it's looking like my right hand, which is really throwing me off. But anyways, so this is the Moroccan mermaid, and this stuff is beyond everything. There's about 8 different exotic oils. There's 18.
But let me let the women know, because it's great for men too, and locks, but it's good for her hair, any type of hair. But what I love, it's good for the hair, but it's so good for the scalp. And being a New Yorker and living in Arizona where it's so dry and there's no humidity, I need so much moisture on my scalp for my locks, and you know, really for anybody's hair. But it's so healthy and enriching. It's like food for the head, for the cranium.
So wait a minute. I think I'm trying to keep up with the things that you're saying.
Any questions or?
That she's she has a lot of things in common with us in terms of caregiving and whatnot. And
who did? Who said this?
To you. This is Caramel Love.
Oh, Caramel Love with the caregiving? Okay.
And then she's got lots of Neptune aspects, and she has a Pisces moon. And then
that's what my mother has, Caramel. Pisces moon. Do you know, and I don't know if you're a mom, Caramel Love, but I'll tell you with the Pisces moon, when I was a little boy growing up, literally walking down a block in New York City, whatever, my mom had to stop and say hello to like freaking everybody, to the homeless man. And it was embarrassing, but that's the Pisces moon. But I want to tell you this quick tip, because, you know, on my Knowledge of Love podcast, I always give out free insight and information. Caramel Love, when you get back home from your day of work and being outside, you have got to spiritually and energetically cleanse, because you are like an intuitive psychic sponge with the Pisces moon. So whether it's a bath, a shower, or a 15-minute like meditation, or just silence before you even talk to like husband, children, siblings, parents, I don't know who you live with, but even if you live alone, you've got to, because your Pisces moon, you are like a receiving sponge. Sometimes the Pisces moon more than the ascendant or the sun. So just do that for yourself. It'll make life a lot easier for you. Okay. Promise me you'll do that.
I just want to hit some stuff. So, Courtney, you asked about getting content. Thank you. Anyways, this is the company, Quench Natural. I'm trying to put it up. Maybe take a screenshot. So the big deal to remember is
it's QUENCH. NATUREL, the French way.com.
Yes, that's the Quench Natural, but EL, the French version.
And when the show's over, I'll put it in the description down low below, guys, so you guys can check out the link.
Check out the coupon code. So this natural healing, you use that, you'll save 15%. You'll save it. So I've got 2 codes, right? Because we got 2 lines. Quench Natural is our deodorant, healing balm, toothpaste. We use only essential oils. Like we have toothpaste that is made of 100% food grade ingredients. We've got
and she tested it on our children when they were like what, 3, 4, and they loved it. So that's the best.
Were my guinea pigs for creating the taste of this toothpaste, because I said one of the reasons why nobody likes natural toothpaste is it tastes horrible. And I wanted to make something that tasted good. So the boys were 3 at the time. They're almost 8. And when we made it, I wouldn't stop until, yes, thank you so much, Taria. Taria just put the name up there. So it's quenchnatural.com. And if you use the code Natural Healing, you will save 15% on our healing line. So that's stuff for your nails, healing balms, toothpaste, deodorant. Our deodorant actually features trace minerals, which get absorbed up into your body and help to balance your endocrine system naturally. To detox you, and then the essential oils help to balance your endocrine system. So I really wanted to do things very special. My business partner wanted to do things very special about the way that we were creating these things, because we are about helping your health. Do you have skin? Yes. We have our Q24 line, which is here, which I think we sold out of our day and our night creams. But for oily skin, what I would recommend would be our lavender chamomile toner. We do not use any artificial colors, any artificial fragrances. It's all essential oils. There's fruit enzymes in here, organic aloe vera, etc., etc. But this stuff is really great for toning and balancing. But also this stuff right here, the radiant, got that. See, I'm horrible at this. Like, I'm really bad. Like, I'm challenged, honey. But so the Radiant Face, this is our kombucha facial cleanser. It is organic.
You guys, when you use it, and you can get it for your husband, your boyfriend, for you, when you use it, your face, not only does it feel like lighter and cleaner, but like it feels so fresh.
It's super creamy and has kombucha powder, so the same stuff that kombucha does to your gut, it's now doing to your face, and organic lemongrass. It's $26, so really great. But for that, now this is where it gets a little tricky, and if you need to reach out to me, I'll take care of you. But on the facial line, we have a different code, and the way we have it on Shopify, and the way Shopify works, you can only put one code. So that code is Botanical Beauty, and it will take 15% off anything that's in our facial line. But you're welcome to reach out to me, Allana, ALLANA, at quenchnaturel.com. I'm happy to answer you.
And I'll put that in the description as well. I'll put that in.
Instagram, too. I'm really good at answering people who hit me in Instagram. And if you do want to have a convo, give me your number. I'll give you a ring. We can talk. Yeah, I'm old school. I'm old, right? I'm 48 years old. I still like to talk.
She's about her business, you guys. But
so I love to answer people's. Bye, Taria. Mwah. Love you.
Bye, Taria.
I love to be able to, answer questions or whatever and explain whatever. So thank you so much for asking those questions. I want to be able to help those who are looking to start businesses, and a big part of it is the branding and getting it started. So I have walked people through, let's get your licenses done. Let's do that search on Google. My big thing is, you want to see if your name has been taken, do go on and try to reserve your URL.
Yeah.
Get
that. Your domain name.
Usually if it's not taken, that means chances are your business is available. You do that. The next thing after you do, look for your
start getting the social media stuff.
Okay, reserve them. Even if you don't buy it right away, reserve it. Then hop on over to your social media and look on Instagram. Those are some of the fastest ways you're going to see if people are using your name. If they are, let's try and think of how you can toggle that and still keep the feeling that you're wanting to have and express the message that you're wanting to get, but maybe you need to change it up just a bit, because I don't believe in duplicating what other people are doing. You want to be a unique expression of yourself. And so it's really, really critical that that's how you're moving in that. So Eric is giving you the information in terms of who you are as a person and how you can be as a business person. He's also can break down what that business can do and whatnot. I can help it look right. I'm very excited because I'm launching something new that's just mine. And it's really like, I cannot wait to unveil
it. Next level.
Because it's speaking to my soul. And I can't wait to share it with you all. But in the meantime.
And I'll have her come back on here when she starts her new venture for you guys also as well. Okay. So, I promise.
Any questions?
We're going to get ready to go. If you guys, now let me tell you guys something. It's Cancer season, 0 degrees, right? So cardinal water sign. We're still dealing with a lot of energy. We have the grand trine with Scorpio moon and Pisces station direct, and then getting ready to retrograde in Jupiter, and then now the sun in Cancer. Okay, so that's a grand trine, like the triangle of the beginning of the country, right? Independence Day, Cancer. Election Day, Scorpio. Inauguration was March 4th, Pisces. Okay, so that's the energy we're dealing with right now, along with this Uranus-Saturn square that's been no joke, and Pluto and Saturn and Mercury retrograde. So there's a lot of tough energy the next 2 weeks, you guys. So just be mindful. keep checking out, obviously the Knowledge Loves podcast. I'll be back Thursday with, my first interview with an astrologer. I had to have my wife on as my first interview, just so you guys know, right? Everything's intentional. I'm a smart man. But on Thursday, I'm talking to another professional astrologer, Tanya Andrina from Wisdom Drops. Follow Wisdom Drops Astrology. Follow her page. She's great. She's brilliant. We will be talking about the Capricorn full moon on the 24th and Cancer season. And of course, like always, your questions. But just understand, you guys, take it easy. You might feel like you want to make a radical change right now. Saturn's saying, no. Slow down. Stay disciplined. Get your ducks in order. Focus. Do what you want to do, creating a new business, but do it in the background, in the scenes, and put it right. Like Allana would tell you with the business, get everything, the foundation. Do your foundation right, so then it can grow and build properly, like the plant, the flower.
Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, foundation. And I'm going to be real. I like to move. I have that energy because I love to create, but you have to fight that sometimes. Get those foundations laid. It's those important planning. That is why businesses fail when you don't plan. And that's what I want to help women do. People do, not just women. Again, I'm sorry, I do favor the women, but
she'll work with you too. She will. She's good.
Foundation, because I want to help you to be able to be the absolute best. As you start to learn more about my newest venture, you're going to learn why I'm so passionate about women having their own, because we need to have our own at all times, regardless of what's going on in our lives. And I'll be talking more about that. So I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited, and I'm just honored. And I thank you guys. And I can't believe I started the Knowledge is Love podcast like when I was doing another venture through Facebook. But when I restarted it here on YouTube, and I'm streaming live on Facebook as well, I wanted to start all over and start from scratch. So now to get to episode 16, and my YouTube page is growing, my business growing. I'm just honored and excited. And then now to enter to this next level, as I've started to really excel with these business birth charts and helping people, and also understand we can start from the beginning where we can speak on the phone and I can tell you when to start your actual business, whether it's, filing your paperwork for your LLC and cast the chart. So I can give you advice and let you know, like, let's say if you're thinking, I want to start in 3 weeks. Well, I can tell you what's the best time based on where you live, right? And do that whole birth chart. So I can also help you through the process of it in terms of filing your business. All right. This is the knowledge that it's a game changer, because to place planets in certain places, whether it's Sun in the 10th house or Venus in the 10th house, Mercury in the 10th, or just certain placements, no chart is perfect, but there are certain placements that you want in certain houses and signs potentially that can really just help your business and all the aspects flourish. And then you kind of go from there, and then you connect with Allana Taylor for your business branding.
One thing I wanted to say, when I was talking about how I like to move forward and everything, I wanted to file and I was ready to go. And he said, no, you got to wait till next Thursday. And that was a week and a half out. And I was like, you know what I mean? But
because I saw the energy. Exactly.
But, I did it. And it's amazing how things have just been really coming and aligning, and the right people are coming alongside. So I feel very, very blessed. I will tell you, it works. We need to use all the tools. And as he said, those Fortune 500.
Oh, yeah. They have people, trust me.
Those millionaires, Warren Buffett and all those people, they have their astrologers on lock.
They won't tell you, though. That's the thing. People are not going to tell you, you guys. I want you to understand that.
See, this is information that we all should and can have access to. And as the podcast is called, Knowledge is Love. And he always says to me, are you in the know? I'll keep you in the know and stuff like that. Well, it's about sharing that knowledge, because the only reason why I'm going to hold something back from you is either one, I am jealous of you and I don't want you to succeed. I'm scared of you. I think you'll be too much competition for me.
Or the person don't really know what they're talking about.
Right. That, yes. Definitely experienced that this past weekend, right? But
yeah, we've seen that.
Make sure that we're sharing and we're helping, because you know what? The more I help you, we're both going to grow. It's not going to hurt me. Even if you have a body care company, if you want to do a body care company,
we can all shine, people.
I will help you. We can lift each other.
And let me tell you, Allana, and you've heard me say this, babe, but my audience knows I come on here and I big up other astrologers. Right. I'm not jealous or I don't hate on anybody, and I don't hate on Western astrologers or Vedic. I think, it's all valuable and it's all knowledge.
Saying that J.P. Morgan Chase used astrology to make money. Yes. So
yeah,
they did.
I
want to say that same tide that lifts
your
boat will lift up your boat too. That's Courtney.
Courtney said that. Yeah, Courtney,
So guys, you know what? You just saw my little person. I got to get him in the bed. I'm going to hop off. Eric, say
well, you hop off. I'm going to wrap up, and then you can come help me log out of all this technology.
Thank you. I will talk with you later. Reach out to me, and we can talk some more privately. Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right, you guys. So, I'm excited. Obviously, I was able to introduce my wife to you, but one of the new stages and you guys, please go check out my website, Taylored2uCoaching.com. I'm still, my great, website designers helping me and stuff. Shout out to Vicky. And, I'm still, adding things and stuff like that. I'm going to be adding some new blogs. Check out my blogs for Aries. I've got for career and relationships, and then also a blog on I have 3 blogs. I forgot the third one, but I'm going to be adding some more blogs. I had a vision and a dream last night, and I'm going to, probably start writing my first astrology book. I'm still working on my course, which hopefully I can get going in the end of July, maybe early August, but it's going to be, I think it's going to be 9 weeks of intro to basic foundational astrology, just teaching you the signs, the houses, and the planets. Okay. And I'll give you a little splash, because I told you I'm not a master, but I know it, a little splash of medical astrology, just so you understand what to look for. Because sometimes in life, we can't always rely on Western medicine and doctors. And we have, I went through it with valley fever, and they didn't know nothing, even though I live in a climate where in like 7 states, it's very prevalent. They knew nothing to help me. Okay. And I had to doctor doctors, and I've had to do that with my mother. I had to argue with a nurse about giving my mother water. You don't want to give her too much water. My mom's on a tube feed. I mean, you guys, let me tell you something. So-called experts, they're not really experts. I want you to understand that. That's the knowledge of love. That's the and I'm not hating on anybody, because there's some people who are brilliant. I know some brilliant doctors, some brilliant surgeons, some brilliant nurses and OTs and therapists and different people that I've worked with personally, speech pathologists from when I was teaching, working with multiply severely disabled children, social workers, brilliant people with brilliant hearts. But I also know some people in many different fields and industries, whether it's acting, music, television, that just because they're famous or have success, or just because they've got a lot of money, doesn't mean they know diddly squid pop pop poop. And I'm just being honest and real. And you guys know this. I'm not dropping no secret, I'm dropping secrets, and I'm always dropping science. Craig G, drop science, got to give you some hip hop. But you know what I mean? It's really, thank you guys for coming on and stuff. But it's really true. But it's really important for us to be aware of this and understand that we've got to start to step up. That's what Saturn in Aquarius is telling you from now to 2023, from December 21st, 2020 to 2023. Get disciplined, get structured, get organized, respond to your abilities, handle your business for your own health. Saturn in Aquarius, right? Get the fruits and vegetables, get distilled water, take your vitamin Z, C, and zinc, get some iron, maybe get some turpentine. I do chronic illness coaching too, you guys. And between taking care of someone with breast and brain cancer and dementia, and then my own valley fever and 4-foot surgeries, I know, I'm not a doctor, but I did stay at Holiday Inn last night, and so I have some knowledge and insight, but I try to stay humble enough, because if I don't know something, I'm going to research the heck out of it. I'm a 1-3 generator in human design, and I'm going to investigate it, right? Test it out for you, like leech therapy. I've used leeches, God's first medicine. They work, you guys. There's 2 wholesalers in the country, Long Island and North Carolina. Leeches are God's first medicine. They have a homeopathic medicine called the Hirajim in them. They will get on your body. I had them on my head, my kidneys, my feet. And what they do is they'll, find that area, suck onto you, and then they get all fat and they drink all the bad stuff out of you. They fall off and die. It's a short, rough life for a leech, right? But you will secrete out fluid and blood anywhere from 15 to 20 hours afterwards. Scared my kids to death. But you afterwards, you feel healed. You feel brand new. You feel alive. Okay, bloodletting, right? Now, don't let them take all your blood in the hospital, because that's a whole nother thing. I even see the medical, what's that guy, whatever guy I talk about on Instagram. Don't let be people taking all your urine samples and blood all the time. Okay, but bloodletting, when you've got a sickness and stuff like that, garlic IVs, okay, vitamin C IVs, blood spinning, going through the electrolytes and stuff like that. Through the ultraviolet light, getting into beta, theta, delta, alpha mindsets. This is what the corporation CEOs are doing, tapping into altered mind states, the subconscious mind. Acid and ecstasy used to be legal, you guys. It used to help people with seizures, epilepsy, right? Did you know inside your body you have the endocannabinoid system? They only teach it in 10 to 15% of the medical schools. So you're actually deficient when you don't have THC or CBD. Capiche? All right. So, it's been a deep episode. I hope you guys liked it. And this is what I want to do. There's a lot of astrologers out there and people. I'm going to bring on a lady for you that does human design. And she's an expert. I'm not. I just know it a little bit. I'm learning. So I'm going to bring her on. I've got other astrologers. I'm not really into tarot. I don't judge it or hate it. And maybe I'll find somebody one day that, inspires me and I'll bring them on. But, that's just not my thing. But I'll, maybe somebody that's really dope into numerology. And I'm pretty good at numerology. I do numerology reports and stuff. But you know what I mean? I'm going to bring people on, different modalities, yoga people that I've met and worked with, anybody who's really about health, wellness, and trying to help people be the best version of themselves on your highest vibration. And that's what I'm about. Hey, you want to come and help me real quick? So I'm using this new platform and I don't know how to, do what I need to do to end this with you guys. But this has been so much fun. And, I'm really excited about, what's going on and what we're going to be doing here. How Taylored2u Coaching is growing and how I'm going to help you guys. But tap into, remember, until July 28th, okay, Jupiter's in Pisces. So tap into that. Get more spiritual, get more creative, be compassionate. People are still suffering during this time. And if you've got some abundance, maybe donate some food, some clothing to somebody. You know, my family, we donated to the Navajo Nation, you know, food and clothing and stuff for children and books, you know, and that's the type of heart that I have, as, you know, and you guys wouldn't want me to run for politics because I would tell the truth and I'm too real and, you know, they would assassinate your boy. And I'm here for 3 digits, you know what I'm saying? So, but you know, I just try to spread love, man, and I don't hate. But let me tell you, that hater birth chart, a mini birth chart, and my Father's Day birth chart sale ends tonight at midnight. So you still got time to order. Some people have been taking advantage of it, but you can do it for your father, your husband, your brother, your son. I'm open to that. Your uncle. It's about the men. You know, I've done a lot of birth chart sales for the ladies for Mother's Day and stuff like that. And then I did one in honor of my mother, but Father's Day. Okay. And for me, it's a big deal because for some of you who know and have been on here before, you know, my father was murdered when I was 6 years old, and you can see it in my birth chart. And so for me, I've always wanted to be a father. And I've been very mature and responsible, I felt, for my mother and my sister since I was 6 years old. So I take fatherhood extremely serious. And I'm turning 4 amazing, just incredible Black boys and turning them to 4 incredible Black men that you would want your daughters to marry. And to have me as a father-in-law or an in-law, come on, you can't get doper than that. You know what I'm saying? I'll set it off at the wedding. And my first granddaughter, she's just coming to me. She's going to be half Lauryn Hill, half Beyonce, and she's going to be a tomboy, be into sports, and she's going to sing and rhyme, and it's a rap. Okay? My future daughter-in-law, I tell her now, it's a rap. William, Allana, hello. So anyway, but yeah, I just wanted to, you know, let you guys know, you know, I'm about to get off and end it. You want to just look at a couple quick last couple of comments or whatever, and then I can say something to everybody real quick before we bounce. Any questions?
Nicole Forever Young said thanks.
All right, Nicole. I hope you enjoyed it. Anybody else?
Diamond Forest, no. Leaping Through Time said Diamond Forest, Turpentine, Gum Spirits. Yep.
Okay. Oh, Diamond, you know what's up.
Lisa.
Welcome, Diamond. I've never had you on my live before.
No.
That's on Facebook.
No. Leaping Through Time said that.
Oh,
Diamond Forest, Turpentine, Gum Spirits.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Okay, you didn't say it was leaping.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. You said Diamond. Okay. All right. Hey, leaping.
And then Lisa Robinson said, nice show, cuz.
Yeah, thank you, cuz. I love you.
B. Brown said, love your energy.
Who?
B. Brown.
B. Brown? Okay, what's up, B. Brown? Is that a guy?
I don't know. I
Okay.
think so.
All right. Yo, salute. Next time, I'll be on Thursday. You can give me your big 3 and stuff like that, but hit me up, Taylored2uCoaching@gmail.com. You want to check out my services, visit Taylored2uCoaching.com. Crazy chart services, mini charts, you know, $35, $50, big 3, big 4, which is your rising, your sun, moon, rising, and north node, only $75, regular birth chart. So listen, everything's going up July 1st. My prices are increasing. So it's a woman. Hey, B. Brown, you're a woman, you know, salute. But God bless you. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, man, check out my wife. And I'm going to put, you know, like I said, we'll be updating, let you know when all the services are going to go live for the business branding. But, you know, business birth chart's the way to go. A lot of people are transitioning, right? North Node and Gemini, starting their own business. This whole last year and a half has made people understand that, like, I'm not happy being in the system working for the man. I'm going to start my own thing. And that's okay. So do it with the right intentions. Let me help you. Let my wife help you. It's more than worth it. So I got to go. I'm going to say goodnight. I love you guys. I'll see you Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern with Wisdom Drops Astrology, Capricorn full moon, Cancer season. It's going to be on and popping. She's mad funny. Her name's Tanya Adrina. And she's almost like the Caucasian female version of me because she loves hip hop and loves double entendres and hip hop references. Really cool energy. I'm so excited to have her on. And this was great. And another shout out to Allana Taylor, my amazing wife, quenchnaturel.com, EL the French way, Taylored2uCoaching.com. Peace. God bless. I'm out. Knowledge is love.